internet is the streets now. You ain't even got to go outside to be in the streets. You ain't got to go outside to be a part of the worst things going on in the world. You can just log on to the internet. Hmm. When I think about the things that our children can be involved in, just in the next room. Candace Owens acts like a gangster rapper when she says, I'm eulogizing Black Lives Matter." I like that type of spirit, man. I do. I really like that type of spirit. Speaking of, let me move my daggone frame down a little bit. Okay, let's see what she actually eulogizing. She a cutie pie too, and plus them little the little 80s shoulder pads she got going on. Those not from the 80s. They used to wear those back in 1600s, back in those days when men wore wigs. When the strong, successful men wore
So the
wigs.
premiere went off without a hitch. It was absolutely amazing. It was great to have all of my friends be a part of it. We had a lot of warriors, cultural warriors, as I would say, that attended. We had Brittany Aldean. As you know, she notoriously stood up to the trans agenda and caught a lot of heat within country music. That is the wife of Jason Aldean. He also attended. I think my favorite part of the evening was getting Kid Rock and Kanye West talking outside of the venue. They just had a total vibe about themselves. Everyone was in amazing spirits.
And Ray J? What? What in the world is Ray J doing there? Okay, I know that Kid Rock will be there. That's Kid Rock. Okay, I already know Kid Rock's gonna be there. Kanye, I know he's gonna be there at the greatest lie ever sold. But Ray J, I did not know that Ray J will be there. All right. So wow. Okay. All right. Oh man, see this is getting more and more interesting. I swear to goodness it is.
We also had the entertainer Ray J there, just a ton of people there to support, more importantly, my family. And I just want to express, and I'm going to give you guys the speech that I gave on stage. I just want to express my gratitude that I continually have an audience of people who listen to and support me and who respond to me, who give me good feedback, who allow me to grow, who understand this most important mission for the future of.
You're welcome, Candace. You're welcome, and you're looking pretty striking. You know what I mean? Having a baby looks amazing on you. I'm tell you that.
Future, which we need to determine for the sake of our children, my children. And it's the reason that I fight. I had an amazing team around me last night, family around me. And I guess I just want to give you guys that behind the scenes listen to what I said when I entered the stage. Take a listen.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here. I am honored to be able to speak out and eulogize the Black Lives Matter movement, the life and the death of an organization that.
Oh, it's official. This is an official eulogy. I thought she was just posting a video like, man, did y'all see my documentary? I know y'all saw it. I killed him, didn't I? Yeah, that's right. I killed him. I talked about this, and I talked about that, and I talked about this. I killed him with that. I didn't know she actually dressed up in a nice, pretty black gown, got on stage among a whole bunch of people and eulogized them, like really buried them. Everybody had on black, except, see, that's Kid Rock's problem. Kid Rock knew that he was at a daggone funeral, but he decided to dress like Kid Rock because he's American badass. That's what he is.
Tore this country apart. What can we say about Black Lives Matter? Well, the first thing that I would say is that we all know that it has been a scam. It has been a scam that has essentially operated with a figurative gun to every single American's head. It is a scam that finds its basis in stupidity. People posting black squares is my favorite moment, I think, from the Black Lives Matter movement, demanding that every single person post a black square to prove that they weren't racist. This documentary was one of the most important things for me to make, and there's a ton of people in this room that I need to thank for this moment and bringing this to the public. But it was important for me to make because it is really the story of the media. It was Malcolm X that warned us of the media's power, how it can make friends your enemies and enemies your friends, how it can tell you to hate someone overnight, and we essentially get in line. The media truly is the most powerful entity on earth, and there was no greater example of that in my lifetime.
Hold on. I want to stop for just a second and just acknowledge the fact that she is actually holding a funeral for Black Lives Matter. Do y'all understand that, man? Of course Black Lives Matter is gonna come at your daggone jugular. That's disrespect. That's disrespectful. Respect. Okay, guys, something wrong with me. It's okay.
Then the George Floyd story. We decided to name it The Greatest Lie Ever Sold because what the media is in the business of is selling lies to people and their households and getting people to hate one another. This story was personal to me because when I went out into the public sphere and I interjected just a little bit of truth, which you guys are going to see, I was castigated not only by the media, but by my own Black peers.
Yo, you can't be using words like daggone castigated. Like, come on now. I feel disrespected by that. Huh? I'm about to join the daggone Me Too movement. Me too. I also don't want to hear words that I don't know the meaning to. Talking about some castigated. What is a castigated? Castigated, never waited, never hated, never put food on a plate. Okay, clearly I do not know how to freestyle, but you know, it is what it is. And plus, when I do freestyle, I sound like I'm in the 80s. So there's that. So that's why I never had a career in rap.
I was told that I wasn't allowed to say the truth about who and what George Floyd was because the victim narrative felt too good and people had become so comfortable in being the victim and being treated like the victim. I believe honestly that what we are seeing in America is an entire group of people that are being trained to race to the bottom. People are fighting to be oppressed. People want to be able to jump on board and accuse one another of oppressing.
Yo, people are fighting to be oppressed. People are jumping over each other, knocking each other down as if there's a finish line for the winner of the Victim Olympics. They want to get the gold daggone medal. Castigated. Thank you, Tom Cigars. Castigated means learn to pronounce verbal formal reprimand, to reprimand someone severely. He was castigated for not setting a good example. Okay. He was reprimanded severely for not setting a good example. I'm going to castigate you. How come it sounds like some testicles should be cut off a little bit in that definition? That's just me.
Constantly. What I was talking about with my friend Ye is that we are very quickly arriving in a trauma economy where people want to constantly pretend to be traumatized by various instances, and what it's ultimately doing is it's weakening all of us. It's weakening all of our relationships with one another. And I think the greatest thing is that it's weakening our relationship with God. We exist together as one nation under God, right?
Why did that deserve an applause? I mean, I get it. That's something that we used to have to say every single day in school. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I see. Land where my father died, land of... Okay. I'm not going to get all ridiculous, but I think I already started.
It's important to say under God, not beside God, not on top of God, not above God, but under God. And what this culture has become largely has been an atheist culture.
Yes, it has. People are running away from God like crazy. I'm glad you said that.
And I can talk to you about how they did it to Black America, and it's important to understand the story of Black America, because if Black America was the experiment in understanding how you could sell trauma to a group of people, then right now they are running that experiment on all human beings across the globe. focusing on Black America first and seeing what happens to a group of individuals that buys the victim narrative, that believes that they can be nothing else but oppressed. They never get ahead in their lives, they never are at the top of companies, and they are consistently told that it's because of racism and not because they have no belief in themselves. I want to obviously allow you guys to watch documentaries, so I don't want to say too much other than to first and foremost thank God. I had the most liberal route to conservatism, and I grew up in an incredibly religious household, and I resented that when I became a teenager and throughout my college years. I resented that, and I became a more secular individual, convinced that atheism was the path for me. But I now realize that by destroying that pillar of faith in American society, every other ill has followed.
Wow. You know what? I love the way she speaks. I love the way she speaks. I do. And honestly, I always looked at this, like the career of just speaking for people and everything. I looked at it as like boring, like oh. But now I look at it as so interesting. I guess, am I getting old? Yes, I am.
When we talk about why it is that we have so many Black Americans that can't read and so many Black Americans that can't get ahead, it's because after they destroyed the God pillar, they went after families. It is why the topic of broken families is not a joke. It is not a joke. People will tell you the incarceration rates that face Black men, but they won't communicate to you how many of those Black men grew up without a father in a home. The denigration of men that we are seeing in society with movements like Me Too, with movements like Time's Up, fraudulent movements that are actually around just to disempower manhood and to make manhood obsolete. Let me tell you, there is no country and there is no household within a country that can survive without strong men. We need men.
That's true.
Radicalized feminist movement is teaching us the exact opposite. It is teaching us that women can do it all by themselves, and that to aspire to family and to aspire to children and to aspire to being a CEO, as women are in their households, is something that should be looked down upon. It is because they destroyed family, and it's because Black America has a 74% single motherhood rate that we are seeing these individuals turn to culture naturally, because the government knows that if there's not a mom and a dad sitting around the dinner table, then those kids are going to pursue maternity and paternity elsewhere. That elsewhere tends to be the streets.
That's true. That's true. The streets, between somebody's legs, a drug or two, the internet. And we need to start acknowledging that the internet is getting worse and 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 worse. The internet is the streets now. You ain't even got to go outside to be in the streets. You ain't got to go outside to be a part of the worst things going on in the world. You can just log on to the internet. When I think about the things that our children can be involved in, just in the next room. Quiet, nothing's happening. See, usually when they're in the next room and they're quiet, we're believing that things are going well, like nothing's happening, no negativity. They're not a part of any drama, nothing. Shit, there's so much stuff stirring up, man. Somebody could be in there. They could be on somebody's OnlyFans right now, your own kids. And I'm not saying leave the video so you can go check up on your kids. But hey, if you got to, then go do it. But let me tell y'all something, man. This internet is a beast. I don't know if y'all heard of Meta Universe yet. Now, I'm not going to talk bad about Meta because I don't want to get shut down. No, at all. No. But have y'all heard of the metaverse? If you haven't heard of the metaverse, go Google it. As a matter of fact, I believe either Facebook changed their name to Meta or they are owned by a company called Meta. Just going to leave it at that. because people ain't tripping off what goes on in the real world anymore. The real world is the video game nowadays. The internet is the real world to a lot of people. Let me listen, I'm not going to get on it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, none of that. I love the internet. I love the metaverse. I love Google. Who else I love? You said Steve Kerr. I don't love no Steve Kerr. I don't love Jordan either. Well, yeah, I do. I love them as people because God say I should love them, but okay.
That elsewhere tends to be when they put on their headphones and they listen to hip hop music. And suddenly they are emulating the people that they see on their screens and on TV shows, aspiring to that lifestyle and not aspiring to something better. The last pillar, beyond faith and beyond family, that we have to talk about is the education system, which is systematically teaching children to be dumb and to be emotional so that they can use narratives like the Black Lives Matter narratives to inspire them to go outside and to act like fools. Ooh. And that obviously is a pillar that many people in this room have been fighting. And it is the ultimate fight because what we are fighting for is for our children to know the truth. And you understand that, of course, in this room, we represent counterculture. We did this countercultural thing by talking about God and talking about families for whatever reason that is against the stream, the mainstream.
Candace Owens is a nice looking woman. I didn't know she had back pockets like that. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. I didn't know she had back pockets like that. Okay.
If you will, media. But the most important thing is to make sure that we fight for the future of our children. They cannot survive in this world.
That's really it. Beyond that, I thanked my incredible team, which made this documentary possible. I mean, I just can't express to you enough how grateful I am. Thank you.
All right, so that was Candace Owens' joint right there. She was eulogizing Black Lives Matter as she introduced the documentary, and that's why people were looking at this. I was wondering why the numbers to this video, this particular video of Candace Owens, didn't have the same numbers as most of her other videos. I mean, it still did well because it's Candace, but still, because people realized, oh, this is but the intro pretty much of Black Lives Matter documentary, which we were going to try and watch tonight. But because of copyright reasons, because of the same reason why we can't go live on YouTube right now, we decided not to. So my apologies, guys. But we're going to still have some fun. I'm going to watch some things. We're going to do some things. But for now, y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know about that one in the comments below. And if you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I didn't say this. We got hats for sale. Now check this out, man. Y'all need to go to hatsforsale.com and check them out because we got some nice stuff over there. All right. Now put in LFR10 as the code, get 10% off, and you'll get free shipping everywhere in America. All right. So yeah. So that's what I want y'all to do. Go check out hatsforsale.com and get your stuff. And thank y'all for checking out the video. Hold up. We're also sponsored by this beautiful company called Blue Monster Prep. BlueMonsterPrep.com. Now you go there and you can get all the waters you need, the first aid kits, the face mask, anything, man, generators and everything. And when you go, make sure you put in LFR as the code so you get free shipping anywhere in America. I don't know why the hats video is on, but yeah, I guess it's still trying to get me to go forward. All right, but that's it, man. Thank y'all so much for checking that video out. I'll see y'all next time on the next one. Love ya.